Dan here for Argo Comics, where we do not just make independent comics, we support independent comics. We have indie comics right here. Anyone who saw the last video, we had some technical difficulties at the end, and it got cut short, so we are just continuing our books for this month. I'm going to ask that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. All that will help us beat the algorithm, and that'll get more exposure to all these great indie comics. I do also have to mention that I do have just a couple more days left on the Thunder Zone Kickstarter. 5 new Thunder Zone releases, as well as all our previous books are available. Our new releases being Marshall Strong, which is a kind of a sci-fi alien superhero story. We have Nightclaw, which is like a feral character with some hints. I don't want to spoil anything, and these are books by other creators, so I'd rather have them tell their story. But there is, I guess, at this point, in our promos at least, there's some mystery as to she has some amnesia a little bit and is not quite sure of her past, and there are other characters coming into play who may or may not have connections to said past. We have Supercross by Jerry Hines, okay, and that is a team of characters from Singapore, okay, and basically Singapore Sling, D. Temasek, and Mist are our main characters there thus far. There are more coming. And then we also have 2 of my books, Nature Man, a reimagining of the public domain Nature Boy, and Big House Blues, which is a prison for supervillains with superhero correctional officers. So I have that book going. I'll put the link down below after our list of publishers who are involved in this month's books. I'll start off with Scarlet Steel. This was let me pop it out of the bag. Book came out through Kickstarter from Outpost 426. That's the back cover. It was a continuation of Mighty Might, which was another book they put out. Let's see. Well, main draw here. I like this. CB Zane is the one who usually does the interiors. This time it was Leo Matos, but CB Zane is one of the top creators for Outpost 426. He did the Mighty Might story. This Scarlet Steel, Michael Shoemaker being the writer, Leo Matos doing the art, Cody Art doing the coloring, Jorge Vieira doing the lettering, which I've had Jorge Vieira do lettering as well. He does great work. But this, I had a cover Argo 526 by Jeff Spokes. So Jeff Spokes did a cover here. It's a virgin cover, meaning no logo. But phenomenal artist. Always hunt down his work wherever I could find it. And he did a great cover there. Leo Matos, I believe, is a Brazilian artist. I've had some contact with him. He's does the interiors here. Great artist as well, and the colors are great. Everything is well produced. And yeah, that was in Kickstarter. Probably be an add-on in a future Outpost 426 release. So you can look up that name on Kickstarter, follow them. They'll be notified when they have another release. This was, okay, a lot of the books here are from Indie Planet, as I was mentioning in our last haul. We have this one, okay, Fearless Dawn, Atom Bomb Comics. Steve Mannion's the creator of this. He does fantastic work. Really spectacular inks. Maybe if you're mainstream fan, Mike Plug might be an influence that comes to mind. Bernie Wrightson, just powerful, powerful work. And sometimes they'll do an issue in color, sometimes color pencils. You can never tell, sometimes just pencils. This is a full issue of inks, and it's fantastic. Okay, so there's a number of Fearless Dawn books. There's the Battle of El Gigante Pequeño, Fearless Dawn one shot. Okay, we had Blue Moon Comics, Donnie's Page, Donnie's Pages. So apparently, as it says here, showcasing the brilliant Bronze Age inspired art of the late, great Donnie Page. So really great work. Let me see here. Donnie Page and Lloyd Smith plotted. Lloyd Smith scripted and colored. Donnie Page on art. John Gentile on inks. And apparently, sadly, Donnie must have passed away. But he has kind of a classic Marvel Kirby-inspired art style. Let's even look more Kirby there. And obviously a great talent, and brought that Kirby dynamic style to this story. King of the Hill, another story. Writer Lloyd Smith, pencils Donnie Page, inks Ken McFarlane, letters and color Mort Todd. So yeah, you can see the inks change it a bit. Or you might have chosen to go a little more John Buscema in those pages. But they look very good. And lastly, Depthon of the Deep. So an underwater character, words by Lloyd Smith, pencils Donnie Page, inks Chris Jones, colors Jessica Waldstedt. And that, again, a little more John Buscema, Sal Buscema type style to that. Yeah, so these are all stories, I guess, Donnie had done before passing away, and we have a kind of a explanation on the back, which I'll have to give a read to find the backstory of. It looks like we have a little photo of Donnie there. So that is, again, on Kablam, Donnie's Pages, You could just look it up there. We had a book from Blue Moon in the last or the first half of this one that I just posted. Now we have another book from them. We have a few from Grok Comics. Okay. From creator Bill Raup, as he mostly goes by, Bill Raup. Let's see. Dog and the Regulators. Words Bill Raup. Art Gillard Goulart. Colors Brian Megan. And editor Karen Harrogate. It's like some weird thing over this. Karen Branareth? That outline is kind of making it a little tough to see the lettering. But that being said, the work itself looks very good. And that is an important ingredient in the comics. Gotta have that good art, colors, letters. Looks like they achieved that on all fronts here. We got some pinups in the back. I always like doing that myself. People who've bought Argo Comics might know. Here's a good team shot. Love a good team shot. That might be the villains, actually. Nope, there's Dog and the Regulators. So that is Dog and the Regulators. We also had Remnant Secret Files from Grok. That's number 3. Let me see here. Again, we have the outlining on those credits. This time I really think you have to have like a dark lettering and a light outline, or a light outline, or a light lettering with a dark outline. So light and light kind of washes it out a bit. But I mean, look at the art itself. Great art, right? So again, that's the important ingredient here, that you're getting a good comic. And I guess we're going into the backgrounds of many of the characters, which is why it's a secret files here. And I did see that we have a bunch of Gilbert Monsanto handbook style pages, which are always a pleasure to have. Yeah, a couple handbook pages by other artists as well. But all good looking stuff. Gives you some background on the characters. Again, another one from Indie Planet. Thrill Seekers Anthology. I think I had this in black and white as part of the Shooting Star Anthology way back in the day. And I think at least some of this is now a color version of that. Because I remember this Yellow Jacket Mantis team up from back in those books. Unless these are all new, but I thought it looked familiar. Unless it's just the same artist, and that's where I'm getting that from. Story on Lettering by Scott McCullen. Or McCullar, right? I thought it was McCullar. The handwriting there doesn't really give you the answer, but I think that's an R. That's Yellow Jacket, his main character, kind of like a Spirit Dick Tracy type of character. And I enjoyed it a lot first time around, so I rolled up with it this time. Oh yeah, and it even says Shooting Star Comics. So even though it says Bandito Entertainment on that side, still has the old Shooting Star Comics logo as well. This I had gotten on Indie Planet before. Insightful Kameleon. They put out Bubblegum Jane. And it's a stretchable character, like, Plastic Man or Mr. Fantastic. But I think the artist really does a great job in pushing the, it's not just a neck here and an arm there. They really do a lot with this pliable character. So great art. Enjoyed 1 and 2. So here we are with issue 3. And again, this was an Indie Planet purchase. I think they have all 3 issues there, so you can catch up very easily. See, I had a couple issues of this, or 3 issues of this from Kickstarter, and found 2 more on Kablam. Oops. Alpha Red number 4 and number 5. So that's Alpha Red over there. I really like the art style here. Story and art, James Q. Wynn. Colors, Ross Hughes, who's a great colorist. Letters, Josh Shelton and Blambot. Yeah, Ross Hughes had some work colored by him in the past. Fantastic colorist. I think he calls the story actually in Argo 5 number 0. Let's see. I mean, the covers are the same artist, so just trying to see a good page. It's maybe not too spoilery, but has some action. Really nice work. That's number 4. Love this cover by number 5. Great collage type thing with characters and stuff. Such. There's a cool little action pose there for Alpha Red. Okay, and that's Starcross Comics. Issue 4 and 5. Like I said, I believe 1 and 3 are up at Kablam also, but I already have them from a Kickstarter. Elemental Forces preview. New Baby Productions. Kind of a fire, water, air, earth type of group. Reminiscent of my old favorites, the Elementals. So I was interested just to see the preview. So it's a shorter story. Art looks good to me. And they did give us, like, not a handbook, but kind of this character background. Very good to have. A little scorecard as to who's who. So again, on Indie Planet, easy purchase, and like I said, nice looking characters. Interested to see what it's all about. Image. Okay, hack slash kill your idols. And I guess his idols are like Eric Larson with Super Patriot, and this is from Bloodstrike. Cabot from Bloodstrike, which was from Extreme Studios, Rob Liefeld's arm of the early Image, and Shadowhawk, Jim Valentino's character. So this are perhaps Hack Slash's idols, and kill your idols. And yeah, I pretty much with those early Image comics, those three creators at least I'm somewhat of a completist with. So having those characters in this easily brought me in. Looks like we get the rest of Bloodstrike. Who might be in Rob's new book, where he shows the ending of the Extreme characters. I haven't gotten my hands on a copy of that yet, or the Brigade book that was on Kickstarter and Indiegogo. So those two I haven't gotten my hands on yet, hoping to. But yeah, I mean, like I said, that early Image, it was great to be around for that, and love those characters. And yeah, it's a great cover, I have to say that. Let me actually take a look here. I saw Dan Leister's name in this book. He drew Hack Slash in the past. I had a convention sketch from him. He was great, great artist. Yeah. Script and layouts: Tim Seeley. Art: Stefano Caselli and Dan Leister. Coloring: Kurt Michael Russell. Lettering: Crank. Okay. And then the covers are Tim Seeley and Kurt Michael Russell. So, oh, one was with Steve Kurth, which I think this one is Steve Kurth. General release. So you were able to find that in your Diamond previews and everything, as was this book, Savage Dragon 269. Quite a long publishing history for Savage Dragon. Eric Larson continues to pump it out at a high level with Jack Morelli letters, Nikos Koutsis colors, Mike Torres flats, Gavin Higginbottom editor, Josh Eichenhorn walked into the party like he was walking onto a yacht. Maybe he was the editor or something. And anyone familiar, Eric Larson knows he's a top-notch creator. So we got a double dose of him with Super Patriot showing up in Hack Slash and now Savage Dragon. Looks like this might be a homage character over there. All right. We have celebrating 24 years. We have Tarot, Witch of the Black Rose, number 143. So it's another, these are two of the longer running indie comics here. Along with books like Gold Digger and Ninja High School at Antarctic Press, maybe Femforce from AC Comics. These are long running indie comics that come to mind. We have Tarot 143, Jim Balint, formerly of DC's Catwoman comic, uh, kind of mature reader. So before I show anything, just make sure it is safe for work, as they say, which these pages appear to be. Okay, really a fun story, action-packed story, this issue especially. So you really have everything in this book. Um, and there's always a lot of just fun, almost like his own little Instagram entries where you get to see some photo journaling done in the book by Jim and his wife Holly Golightly. And this is like general release, so you can usually find this in your Diamond Previews or online orders or comic book store upon request. So definitely worth picking up. It says here jimbalent.com, so I'm sure you can find issues there as well, because they usually have back issues. But they also have a mail order. So there's ads in here. I'll give you the whole story. Let's see here. I don't want to just show the other page there. Some ordering information right there. Lastly, came across this omnibus, which I always like a good omnibus, from Marcosia. Hero 9 to 5. Okay, which when I looked at preview pages, really had great looking art. Written by Ian Sharman, art by David Gray, colors by Yael Zamor and Patrick Mock, lettering and cover colors by Ian Sharman. So I really like the look of the art.